What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. I'm Daniel. So basically what we're going to be doing today is creating a custom Nintendo Switch. As you can see here, we created the most absolute awesome Nintendo Switch of all time. I think so. Not really. But basically what we do is we're going to take the Joy-Cons and we're going to do some cutting and some shitting. Wait, no, that sounds a bit wrong. Anyway, so basically what we're going to do is we're just going to create custom Joy-Con controllers for the Nintendo Switch that are going to feel a lot more comfortable when gaming, and you no longer have to feel like you're holding a 5-year-old device because your hands are just way too big, because you get a grip now. So without further ado, let's get started with the video. There are going to be a few requirements that you're going to need before you actually get started with this process. One of them being is that you actually do need to own a Nintendo Switch because it comes free with a Joy-Con grip. Now, if you're willing to destroy your Joy-Con grip, then I guess do this whole video. So I don't know why I just said that. But anyways, Jet Engine project, well, we're not gonna toss it too bad because I'm still working on that project. There's still gonna be some cool stuff. You're gonna need a saw knife. Make sure it's a decent one so that you don't screw shit up, because if you have something that's not sharp, it's gonna suck shit. And another thing that you're gonna need is a grinder. Now, if you don't have money for a grinder, you could use sandpaper, which is gonna become a lot cheaper, but a grinder just makes things a little bit easier and faster. So you're first going to start off is you're not gonna unscrew shit. Make sure you do not break the middle part. The middle part is gonna be very important. You don't need to do any measurements or anything like that. Just touch as close as you can to the metal where the Joy-Con slides, and then start to saw. Like I said, do not throw away the middle part, and this is where the grinder is going to come into play. Sandpaper will be a pain in the ass, but you do need to kind of get rid of the rough edges. Oh wow, look at that. That actually looks pretty cool. That looks weird. Without these, it really does. This looks like a miniature Nintendo Switch. Just imagine a little tiny flip screen or something. That would look so cool. I think that we are gonna have to now smooth out these controllers. Should be smooth. I don't think your kids are gonna be able to cut themselves. Like, this is 100% safe. As long as you grind off the rough edges, and here is your perfectly fine middle grip. Now onto the weird fat things. Okay, so now that we've actually finished working off the rough edges to make things smooth so that it's kid safety, so that your kid doesn't get cut, we're gonna start the gluing process. Now make sure that when you unline these things, they're exactly going to be aligned the way they should when they were onto the grip themselves. And another quick thing before you actually start the process is, well, first, you already destroyed your Joy-Con grip, so why not move on to the next step? But second, once you glue the Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons, you do not want to be ungluing them. So this is permanent. These are $40 controllers right now that I'm 100% permanently gluing onto the Nintendo Switch, and it's going to be at that. So for the second step, it's going to be a little bit crucial. We're going to be doing the glue. Now, before you actually start to glue, word of advice, so that when your super glue goes bad or whatever, or at least it doesn't like rip off, in order to prevent any kind of sort of tension problems where the glue is going to completely unglue itself off the Joy-Cons, is you want to scratch it a little bit where you're going to be putting in the glue, so that there's some sort of form of attachment, like a hook, so that those scratches where the glue goes in between basically end up being like a hook, and there's no way that you could, chip off the Joy-Con. You also need to do this on the Joy-Cons themselves, so that there's something to grapple on when the glue completely seals in. With all of that out of the way, comes the gluing process. And this is special glue. You could use super glue, but I'd recommend using something better, which is what I have. It's gonna take overnight for it to dry, but once it dries, this thing should, technically seal in really well. Like this, once this glue seals, there's nothing that's gonna chip it out, because the glue itself churns into the plastic itself. So there you guys have it. I present to you the custom Nintendo Switch. We are complete, and this thing is just absolutely mind-blowing, because, Nintendo 2DS was a lot better than Nintendo Switch in terms of the comfort when playing in handheld mode. However, when you used the Joy-Con grip and had the tabletop mode basically set up with the Nintendo Switch, I mean, it felt okay and you could get used to it, but when you're playing with your little tippy fingers, it just feels very uncomfortable. But with this new design, which you could do yourself, and all of the material just comes with the box when you purchase the Nintendo Switch. You're gonna get a much better grip with your hands, and just watch. I mean, it really does give you a better grip. I feel like this is just revolutionary. Nintendo, can you at least release Joy-Con so that people don't actually have to cut their Joy-Con grip? Because, you know, I kind of feel bad for my Joy-Con grip now. But can't you just release a version of the Nintendo Switch controller that basically has this sort of design where it's very comfortable? Because look at it, like I'm actually gripping on perfectly. It's not on my tippy toes. And I have to say, this now feels just like the Nintendo 2DS in terms of the comfort zone. So I might actually make another video, Nintendo Switch versus the Nintendo 2DS. So stay tuned for that. By the way, let me know in the comments below what you think about the video quality, because I did improve my camera quality. It's not the new Samsung NX300, which I purchased for about $300 US. I got lucky on the deal or whatever, but it should be in theory better than the Samsung Galaxy S7. Let me know down below if you see a video improvement in quality. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, hit that like button. If you did not like my video, go ahead and smack that dislike. And if you want to see more future videos, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all in the next week.